Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil amin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. The purpose of life certainly is not just come to this world to enjoy, to eat, to drink, to marry, to build physical material world. Because all these, brothers and sisters, are temporary. No matter how delicious food that you eat, it ends. No matter how beautiful woman that you marry to, it ends. No matter how powerful you are politically, you're going to be displaced, you're going to be replaced. No matter how powerful you are physically, you're going to be sick one day. So what is the purpose of life then? If we are proud because of our physical strength, then believe me, the elephant and the lions are stronger than us. So what is the purpose of life? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined the purpose of life in the Holy Quran by saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I did not create jinns and humans except to worship me. And it means that the purpose of our life is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the problem is that oftentimes Muslims misunderstand or understand the meaning of worship in a way that is not complete. So how to understand worship? Worship are two dimensions. There is what we call al-ibadat al-amma, a general worship. And it means our life. We are eating, we are drinking, we are sleeping. We are exercising, maintaining our physical body. We are going out, opening our businesses, looking for the bounties, for the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, getting married, going to the schools, having children. All these are part of our ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the Muslims are eating, you say, Bismillah, Allahumma barik lana, fima razaqtana wa qina adhaban nar. Before we sleep, you say, Bismika Allahumma ahya wa bismika amut. Everything else turn into ibadah for us. Nothing but ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But for that to happen, to become ibadah, number one, our intention must be to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number two, we have to do it according to the Quran, according to the teaching of Allah, Quran, the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So our life is ibadah in general. But there is what we call special ibadah, specific ibadah. It's called al-ibadatul mahdah, our salat, our zakat, our fasting, hajj, our adhkar, qiyamul layl, our fasting in Ramadan. All these are al-ibadat al-mahda. For our ibadat al-mahda to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, also there are two requirements. Number one, that we have to do it according to the pleasure of Allah. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. That our intention is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sincerely, because we are looking for the pleasure and the thawab, the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But also we have to do it according to Allah, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to the Kitabullah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what we call al-ittiba'. So the first one is al-ikhlas and the second one is al-ittiba'. Only by these two requirements, when we fulfill it, our ibadat will be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I just wanted to emphasize here that many Muslims unfortunately misunderstand once again that al-ibadat is only when you pray, when you do fast, when you do zakat, when you do hajj. But they forget that involving our life in general, with all its aspects, involved in politics, involved in education, involved in economic, developments. All these, brothers and sisters, are part of our ibadat. And therefore, we must make sure that everything we do in life must be in accordance with the teaching of Allah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because otherwise, it is not going to be accepted as ibadah in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine having husband and wife relations, jima', and it is considered ibadah. The Sahaba asked, how it is possible, Ya Rasulullah? He said, if you do that in a haram way, it is sinful or not? The Sahaba says, sin. The Rasulullah said, if you do that in halal way, it turns ibadah by the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore, brothers and sisters, have the intention that let's live our life because we want to fulfill our purpose of life, and that is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.